Okay, got the red smoke.
Gun runs north to south, west of the smoke, west of the smoke.
Okay, copy. West of the smoke. I'm looking at danger close now.
Come on with it, baby. Give it to me. I need it. You're cleared hot.
Copy, cleared hot.
I'd be worried about you, you know, if you opened with, I really suck at my job.
Oh, well, you tell me that enough. I figured I need to balance it out with a...
Yeah, but is there truth to what I say?
No, I just kind of assume you're just giving me shit to give me shit.
Yeah. Can you see me? I mean, for those listening, I'm wearing a camo top, so I want to make sure that if it's just my head, just don't worry. I'm not a ghost.
All I see is a floating head. It's mildly concerning, but I'll get through it. Yeah.
All right. Yet again, you claim you have the heat, the business. I don't even remember what term you used, but fire away. What do you got?
All right. Let's go to my notes.
First off, let's discuss your first time out of the U.S.
Yeah, let's discuss it.
Break down the trip. How'd you land on Italy?
Well, I am very interested in like ancient Roman stuff.
What aspect?
Just the way that they were able to build a pretty advanced civilization for the time they were in, with like a sewage system and running water, and I mean not fully completely functional running water, but aqueducts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Predecessors to modern day systems for sure.
Yeah, exactly. They had working concrete that was self-repairing. It had little crystals in it that when water hit it, it would break open and fill a crack. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you don't have any idea what you're talking about, and you're using words that I think you understand the words, but perhaps not the combination that you're saying them in.
I watched a video on it once, and so I'm an expert.
When?
Like 6 months ago.
Okay. So the architecture, the society, what else?
Also, I just wanted to see culturally what it was like.
Okay.
You know?
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
How come in none of that description you didn't mention chicks?
It just wasn't the goal this go around, you know? And it's like...
This go around? You got a return ticket that I don't know about?
No.
You're 23 years old.
24, actually.
In November. We covered this.
No, I'm 24 right now. I'll be 25 in November.
We had this conversation yesterday. Literally yesterday. And I feel like you're 23.
Well, you can, if you want to think that, I'm not
so
going to stop you.
24-year-old young man. Had never been out of the U.S. before.
Yeah.
Picks Italy.
Yep.
And in the description of the things that you wanted to see and do, none of that included an Italian woman.
You know, it just wasn't the goal for the trip. And it's like, I'm going to be there
It's the goal for 24-year-olds. Did you at least talk to any women?
Yeah, I did. But I'm just like...
About something other than fucking architecture? Like how awesome? Did you at least like try to sell them your wares? Hey, I'm Michael and I'm awesome. Yeah.
No, not really. But it's like,
why?
Because I'm there for 2 weeks. Like, what am I gonna do? You know, like
smash as many Italian women as you possibly can.
That's just not.
You're fucking 24. Do you think you're gonna do that when you're 50?
No, but that's. I don't know. I personally am just not. I don't really do that.
Okay. Are you an incel?
No.
Do you know what that means?
Yes, I know what that means.
I vaguely do. I think I used it correctly.
It means. Wait, do you know the
involuntary celibate?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Why don't you go be like a priest or something?
Because I'm not religious.
You don't have to worry about getting made fun of. Well, I was just about to say for hitting on chicks, but I feel like a lot of information has come out in the modern era where, you know, perhaps they don't hold themselves to that.
Yeah.
All right. You just don't do that. Did you leave with any phone numbers? Did you I mean, come on, dude. No. You didn't even like till the dirt and like.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's not my cup of tea just to.
Chicks or not?
No. just to smash and move on. I don't know. It's just not the way I do it. You know?
Have you tried?
I don't want to get into it, but
listen, I'm not actually. It's your choice to live your life however you want to. That's not me either. But dude, you're 24.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I thought I was 23.
Well, you corrected me. Don't worry, I'll go back to 23 at some point. I'm not going to remember that you're 24, especially now that you're almost 25.
Yeah.
God damn it, dude. I feel like you encountered a bunch of beautiful women.
Yeah, a lot.
And didn't even try to do anything about that because for you 2 weeks isn't long enough?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to go back to America.
Yeah, but you could have at least, okay, let's take this approach. God damn it.
Okay.
Let's take this approach. You know, you're more of a long-term relationship, more of a committed person. It still starts with talking with somebody. I mean, you have to meet them.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe get their WhatsApp, or because I think they use that over there more than texting or whatever it is. You could have facilitated a long-term whatever, at least communicating. Maybe they would come visit you.
Yeah, maybe. I am. Okay.
No, there is no fucking maybe because you didn't do
hold
it.
On, just let me. I did meet a group of people that live in Costa Rica. So when we go to Costa Rica, I might try and link up with them.
Dudes or girls?
Several of them were girls. So
okay, but if you link up with them, these they thems that you just are describing, would you be trying to link up with the dudes in that aspect or the girls?
Well, all of them, because they were just.
Oh, that's fluid of you.
No, that's not what I meant.
That's what you said.
But
God
yeah, just
damn it.
that group, because it was a fun group to hang out with.
You're not going to meet somebody if you don't talk to them.
I don't know what you want me to say. I feel like we've gone through this like 20 times.
I'm worried you're going to be 40 and live alone with like a ferret.
Why did you choose ferrets?
I don't know, because it's a creepy animal that some 40-year-old single dude would have.
Listen, yeah. Well, yeah, I will give you some credit. I have very much, I'm not even trying right at this moment, just in general. So that probably played into it a little bit, but I mean,
why aren't you trying?
Well, I think you know pretty well, like literally 2 train wrecks in a row, and I was just like, okay, I'm done. Like I don't even want to do this.
I mean, what's better than leaving a train wreck and just getting into another one, though?
I think the safety standards need to be readdressed before I do that.
Okay. All right, I'll give that to you. God damn, dude. I mean, I think there are some people who can legitimately be happy by themselves, but fuck.
Oh, and I've gotten to that point where I'm like, I am happy right now.
But that worries me. You're 24.
Yeah, isn't that shitty? Like, it's not my fault.
I think it is.
There are probably
You're not trying.
No,
It's not my fault. I just went to another country for 2 weeks and didn't talk to any women. But there was this
not
group.
Talking about that. I was just never mind. I was talking about in the past. It's not my fault. And usually I am quick to assign blame to myself in a lot of situations.
Well, that just means you're being objective, because I've watched you navigate through life, and most of the things that happen to you are your fault.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when I say something is not my fault, you can pretty accurately assume I'm telling the truth.
No, I don't agree with that. Here's what we need. Dude, we need help from the listeners at this point. We do. Are there any men and women out there, parents,
No.
grandparents?
No men, please.
No, I was going to say men or women that know somebody. Like,
oh, okay.
my God. Here's what I'll throw out there. I know I'm going to get you an airplane ticket for your birthday, which I will, to Austin, where you'll probably sit in your hotel room and read a fucking magazine about Austin instead of going out and talking to any women. I will pay for you to go meet one of these people if somebody can reach out for a good match for you.
Okay. Sounds good.
What kind of person are you looking for? Let's help the audience. Let's help them.
I don't want to talk about this.
I don't care. Let's help. First off, if we're going to ask them for help, and I'm using the term we because I think inside you want some of this help, even though it's me right now speaking for the royal we. Stay with me. We have to tell them, though, like, what you're looking for.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about this.
Doesn't matter. We're going to. What's the maximum age of somebody that you would date?
Probably like 26.
What is wrong
26,
with you?
27.
What is wrong with you? When you turn 25, will that bump up to 27?
Yes.
And when you turn 26, it'll bump up to 28?
Well, yeah. Yeah, like plus or minus 3 years, I would say.
Where does that come from?
I don't know. It just sounds like a good number because that would make the youngest 21 and the oldest 27.
Okay. Have you ever heard the term cougar?
Yes, I'm not interested in that.
What if they're 32, wildly successful already?
No kids?
Fuck, I don't know. Why do you have... That's super judgmental.
Well, I know. I know it's judgmental.
Would you date somebody who had kids?
No.
Why?
Because I don't want to... I'm still 24, and so I don't really want to get into that.
Okay. What if they were amazing?
I would definitely consider it.
How could you possibly consider it if it's already a hard no? You're a walking contradiction in terms.
You came up with a contradiction.
So?
Whatever. if they were like super amazing, crazy, great, then
okay,
possibly.
So let's say relatively close to your age.
Yes.
Hobbies, anything that you or interests,
anything active, like you stay active. That's like
what if they're active
priority.
doing protests for like PETA or veganism?
No.
Okay, so you're going back on your
no. I mean physically active.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maximum weight.
I would say.
Are you into
my weight or
what do you weigh?
Lower? I'm 170, which is actually depending on the body type could be heavier for a girl, but
okay.
I would say probably only minus up to 20 pounds.
Only minus up to 20 pounds?
Yeah, so like 150 is top range.
You're going to get a lot of hate for this episode, and I love it. You care about height, hair color, eye color?
Height, don't care.
Yeah.
No, don't care about hair color. Don't care about eye color.
Okay.
No.
So you wouldn't go with plus size?
No.
All right. To each their own.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't care if you are plus size, but for me, it's not.
You're good at jiu-jitsu. You could get out from under there. You know what I mean? You could hip escape if you need to. Shrimp and back out of there. You could get a hook in and flip, you know what I mean, depending on what you're into.
Speaking of shrimp.
Okay. Profession? Any professions that you would avoid?
Oh, that's a good question.
What if they have an OnlyFans?
Oh, yeah, that's a hard no.
Hard no for you?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you say at your age demographic at 24, how, maybe this isn't something you talk with about your friends. Are they into the OnlyFans thing? How do they view that for the person creating the content?
A lot of people that I know, it's an instant like, no.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, they're obviously doing it because they're making a substantial amount of money.
Well, yeah, and I don't care if you do that.
Yeah,
but
it's just not for you something that you would find compelling in a partner.
Somebody I would want to be involved with.
Okay. Would you be friends with somebody?
Yeah.
Okay.
If there were somebody that I would normally be friends with, and then I found out they had an OnlyFans, I wouldn't really care.
Fair for your male friends as well. I was going to say boyfriends, but I know you would take that.
Yeah.
Your male friends?
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely be like, why? Like, I'd be like, why are you doing that? But again, if they're
maybe they got a huge old hog and they're paying for their mortgage with fucking feet and dick pics.
Exactly.
You know? All right.
Yeah.
Disabilities?
That's really broad.
Down syndrome.
Probably not. I like it. No hate on Down syndrome people. But.
You're a piece of shit. You're already going to cut out that? All right.
I mean, it would feel almost predatory, I feel like.
That is a fascinating statement.
No, because like I don't know. I don't know. it would be odd.
Would you date somebody who's missing a limb?
Yeah, probably. If they were, it would be like, I would have to get through that at first. But if they're a super great person, yeah.
Okay, that's fair. What if they were a short person?
Like, what are we talking?
Dwarfism.
Honestly, probably not.
You're so ableist.
I know. I'm a horrible person.
I'm understanding now why you're having a hard time finding a partner.
Right, yeah. My.
Okay. I mean, you're looking for somebody near your age, near your size, who's an active person. God damn it. Why can't you find that person?
Like I said, I've tried,
Okay. Well, from the listeners, how would they get a hold of you anyway?
Through Instagram.
I'm going to put your personal email in the show notes.
No, please don't do that.
I think I can because I'm the boss of you. So
I mean, you can. I just won't respond to anything.
What if they send pictures?
Straight to the trash.
So how are you going to find somebody if you're limiting opportunities for people to find you? Legitimately.
You put my personal email in the show notes.
As a mechanism for people to say, hey, I know this person.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're awesome. Because here's one of the weird things about podcasting, and I bet you have experienced this, because I know that people have recognized you at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
It's a disproportionate relationship because they know more about you than you will ever know about somebody who listens or watches the show. So these people already know a little bit about you, right? Yeah. So if they know that, maybe they have like an idea of somebody that would fit well with you.
Yeah, maybe.
But if you don't have them, if they don't have an opportunity to reach out to you, then I don't. Like, let's say this is somebody my dad's age, so 116,
yeah,
who knows his granddaughter. It's fucking awesome, right?
Yeah.
And your only way to get a hold of you is through Instagram, which my dad does not know what that is.
Yeah.
Would not be able to create an account on his own. If he was able to, would not be able to find you and get a hold of you. So you're really, you know what I mean? You're narrowing your options.
To be fair, email for your dad is a struggle as well.
That is 100% accurate. I feel like he has a better shot at that at least.
Than Instagram.
He has a checkered history of being able to actually send the emails that he writes. I'll be the first to admit that. But, dude, we got to there has to be a way.
Well, yeah, I mean, go for it. Like, if that's something somebody wants to do.
I mean, it could be awesome.
It could be.
Do you want to be by yourself?
I don't mind it anymore. Like, it's.
When did that start?
Like a year and a half ago.
God damn it. Life is better if you find your person, man.
Yeah, I 100% agree. But
thankfully, Leah didn't have somebody having kids is like a hard no for her because I'd have been fucked.
Yeah.
You know? And we both know how fucking awesome I am. So it's like,
she would have really been missing out.
I know. I wake up every morning and roll over. It's just like, you are welcome. She would headbutt me right now if she heard me say that, which I don't say, by the way, and I'm joking, obviously, except for the part about where I'm awesome.
Yeah, right. Everybody knows that you're so great.
She's my person though, and if she had had like the no kids, I'd have been fucked, man.
Well, yeah, and I get that, but
later in
I'm
life,
not
though,
Leah.
obviously, yeah, and also different phase of life, so I understand that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Do you ever want to have kids?
I don't know. I've gone back and forth on that.
Where's the teetering point for you?
Well, number one, it's very expensive.
How do you know that?
Well, my parents and my grandparents and you and everybody I know that's a parent says it's expensive, so I feel like I have pretty good multiple data points to point there.
Fair enough.
And yeah, I don't know, and it's a lot of work, and it limits your freedom, and and I know there are upsides to it, and I'm not, that it would be great, those upsides would be great, but I don't know if I want to, selfishly, I don't know if I want to take all the downsides for those upsides.
You can do everything in your life that you did before when you have kids. You just have to remember it's going to be miserable.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just no longer going to be fun.
Yeah.
32% of that is a joke.
Slightly less than 1/3.
Yeah, it can be rough. It is worth it in the end, though. It is. I think it's work that is you don't see the benefit of or realize it until much later, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think having kids earlier nets you more time with them later on. Like Riley turns 22.
Sure.
He turns 21 in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And he and I, he was just over at the house before I came over here, and it's cool. I can still do stuff with him.
Yeah. Well, how old were you when Riley was born?
23.
Yeah, so you were younger than
24.
So you're same age.
Possibly
as
25.
I am right now.
Yeah, possibly 25.
Okay.
He was born in 2003. I was born in 77. 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that like I don't know. I also feel like I'm already kind of behind the curve of a lot of people.
In many ways. You're not going to get an argument from me there.
Yeah.
Physically, emotionally.
As far as marriage and kids go.
Among other things, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
The list is long and distinguished.
Yeah, for sure.
Fair enough. All right. I want people to reach out. I want people, God damn it. I want you to find your person.
Yeah, you and me both.
Okay.
But
we need help.
Yeah.
Apparently the pool in Kalispell is shallow. So.
And not that wide either.
Shallow and not that wide. Okay. We need help then.
Yeah.
I'm putting your email in the show notes.
Go for it.
You still have to respond to the ones that I send to you. So you can't delete it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
What do you got?
good.
Your turn.
Okay.
Now that I've solved that shit.
Yeah, that was fun.
In the end, maybe that's going to help, though.
We'll see.
Imagine in 2 years, it's Andy versus Michael and his wife. And
Then
she sits down and we talk.
I will 100% eat crow on this then.
Yeah.
Like, I will say,
It's funny
yep,
you chose
were
that
right,
word.
Andy.
I thought you were going to say something else. But
No.
right.
we don't do that here.
I thought you were going to say cake. I don't know why you're going into the gutter with that. So
Right, yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah.
How about the Mark Zuckerberg letter that admitted there was election interference?
I wouldn't call it election interference. I would say censorship.
Yes, censorship. That's what I meant.
Pressure to remove certain pieces
Yes.
of information.
Yes.
Man, at the end of the day, I want to believe that most people, I think it's easier to apply malice where oftentimes incompetence is probably the best answer. So I would like to believe that the people doing that not that it makes it better, but I want to believe that they felt like they were acting in the best interest of people they were trying to protect. And I am not loading up a defense for them because I'm about to crumble the argument that I'm making.
Yeah.
I want to believe that they were doing that instead of being malicious. So what I'm saying is I'm hoping that it was incompetence through the lens of if we don't do this, people are going to die. The problem I have with any level of censorship is who gets to decide what is censored and what is not.
Yes.
And the reality was, and I said this so many times during the pandemic, I feel like we would have been so much better if we could have actually been honest, and people in power said things like this. We don't know the exact path forward. This is the best information that we have at the time. In the moment, this is what we think will be the most effective. To me, that is so different than reaching out to a social media platform that so many people are on.
Yeah.
And telling them, you can't put this information up.
Yeah.
Because if they were doing that to Facebook, what do you think the odds are that they were trying to exert force across any other platform?
Any platform. Yeah.
Exactly. And if the government is showing a willingness to do that, I just don't like it at all.
No.
I don't like it at all. I'd have a lot more respect for Zuckerberg if he could produce an email or a document that read something along the lines of, and I'll paraphrase here, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
When they got that request.
Yeah, effectively at that point, it's just government censorship. They're just choosing another avenue for it.
Yeah. And I cannot think of a time in the history of mankind where that has actually worked out for a net positive.
No, it's a horrible idea.
Yeah. What else you got? What are you looking for over there? You're hitting buttons and shit.
Yeah, I was looking for just the letter. Something else interesting. I'm trying to look for just the letter, and I cannot find it on Google. It's only all articles basically saying...
Articles about the letter?
Yeah. Yeah. I can't find the actual letter.
Do you know if it was ever actually posted on the internet? Or was the article just Zuckerberg's public response to the pressure that they had received?
Okay, first article from Vox. Mark Zuckerberg's letter about Facebook censorship is not what it seems. Which I don't know how it could... Why you...
What is Vox claiming that it is? Because what it seems is Facebook admitting that they were pressured to censor particular pieces of information.
Right.
So what is Vox saying it is?
The underline for the headline is, "This is not a win for free speech. It's a political grenade," which I don't know what the fuck they're trying to say there.
They're trying to say that the left, given the political environment right now, is trying to censor.
Yeah.
They're trying to say that they're trying to weaponize that for political aims, given the election cycle that we're in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But anyways, I just thought that was interesting. I can't find the actual letter.
What else you got?
Okay, so this one's more funny. Did you see that?
Get it out.
Grindr, the Grindr, the dating app, the gay dating app.
Okay.
They said that wherever the RNC is that year, that city's Grindr crashes because of the amount of use it's getting.
So what's the hypothesis we're drawing?
The hypothesis is a bunch of Republicans are using Grindr.
Would that surprise you?
Not at all.
Same.
But I think it's really funny if that's true.
Is it really funny, or should they invest some money in increasing their server capacity? Is this a business lesson or a social lesson? I mean,
a little bit of both.
I have no data to support this. Anecdotally, I have seen in my own life, there seems to be oftentimes, and again, this is just me in my own opinion, there is a tie between people who want to be in positions of power and people who are in positions of power, and a little bit of what you would consider fringe behavior. Mm-hmm. Not that Grindr is fringe behavior or homosexuality. I could give two shits as long as two consenting adults. Yeah. But they're active, and I don't know if that's just the person that they are, that is just always trying to do something. I guess no pun intended when it comes to Grindr. But it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah. How did you come across that?
It was pretty big on Instagram for a couple days.
Was it though?
Yeah, I mean, I saw it.
Your feed is
maybe my feed is more toward or.
Go ahead, say it, because I can finish that sentence for you.
More gay friendly than others, perhaps.
It did not show up in my feed.
Let's see here. Ooh, how about who's the woman BJJ champ who's very big?
Oh God damn it,
Gabby
Garcia.
Gabby Garcia. Did you see that Craig Jones they were going to do a match?
Yep.
And in their face-off,
he reached up and kissed her, and
she called off the match.
No, they did the match.
They did the match?
Yes.
Oh, really?
It's for the CGI.
Well, I thought she called it off. Well, that's what I had heard.
From who?
From her and Craig Jones. He was like...
So you obviously watched none of this, and the highlights from this match were online.
Yeah, I just watched the kiss.
Yeah.
And after that, I saw a tweet that said that was from Gabby. That was like, that's so unprofessional. The match is called off.
I think... I'd be shocked if he didn't tell her about that, because they have a very public feud, public facing. Yeah. To me, and I don't know either of them, it seems like they're friends behind the scenes. I bet you that was coordinated all the way through.
Yeah.
If not, man, it's not a good look. And I'm just going to say I don't think that's a really good idea.
No.
It's not a good idea. Don't do that.
I had considered that as a possibility, but I was like, I don't know. So I just went with what I wanted to be true.
Why did you want that version of it to be true?
Because it's more dramatic.
Is it?
Yeah, I would say so. If she didn't know about it and he just did that.
Yeah, it's a douchebag move.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was all staged.
Yeah, it definitely could have been.
Yeah, don't do that shit. Don't act like that.
Yeah, it was a really douchebag thing to do.
You said you came prepared today, but you always say that, so I should stop having expectations.
The video where Kamala Harris is like, there's not a person in a war zone around the world. And then it pans to the active
soldiers
duty
in
military.
the war zone. Yeah. For people who don't know this, there are soldiers in Iraq. There are soldiers in Syria. There are soldiers in places in Africa. Special Operations has a presence in multiple countries throughout the world. They are conducting kinetic raids constantly. And some of the things that both sides say, again, this comes back to the malice or incompetence. Mm-hmm. I don't know why she would say that, because, and here's the reason why. Because if it's untrue, then a video gets made like the one that was made where the servicemen are filming that and then filming themselves in a forward deployed location going, what the fuck? Yeah. So you have to assume that she has some level of intelligence, right? She was a prosecutor. She is holding the office of vice president. And if she – does she just not know?
Yeah, how – it seems like she didn't know, because if she knew that –
if she knew, why say that? Because you know it's going to come up.
Exactly. Yeah, so it seems like she's completely unaware of that.
I'll be honest, I don't know what the vice president does. And I think it really depends on the person. I think the person in the seat matters way more. If you look at Dick Cheney, there's an argument that could be made that dude wielded more power in the government than Junior did. Yeah. And then there's other vice presidents who couldn't spell the word potato, and I don't know what exactly. Do you even know who I'm referencing?
Is that a real thing? Somebody couldn't spell potato?
Yeah.
Really? Who?
I think it was Dan Quayle was his name.
Oh, was that was for Clinton, right? Or
look this up. I don't know. Now I'm thinking it's not Dan. It was he misspelled potato in a room full of students in an English class. Was it Dan Quayle? Is that the name?
Yeah, okay. Quayle.
Just put Quayle potato, and I bet it'll come up.
Correct spelling of potato with an E at the end, which, to be fair, I have done that before. But
we agree
think it's
you're
funny.
A retard.
So. Well, yeah, I know.
Point being, and
everybody
obviously,
knows.
like, that's super low-hanging fruit, and I bet you that guy is fucking exhausted of hearing about that for the
like,
decades.
Okay, yeah.
Point being, I don't know, like, how plugged in is the VP, really? I would want to think totally plugged in because their role actually exists in case the president goes tits up at a meeting.
Right, so you would think you need to know everything the president does.
I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no data whatsoever to support that.
I don't either, but I also have never done a deep dive onto what the vice president does.
Again, I think it depends on the person.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have a templated roles and responsibilities, but is that the maximum they can do, or is that the minimum required?
I don't know.
What are your thoughts? Why do you think she said that?
I think she said that because she actually thought that there were no soldiers deployed in active duty or in active war zones. Because, I mean, to me, it just seems like maybe she was unsure of it and she said it hoping it wouldn't be fact checked.
If it was you and me going into a debate, wouldn't you assume that every single thing you said over enough time would be fact checked? Yes. I would be really cautious in the role of either of them saying something I wasn't definitively sure of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen the musical montages that have been made that start with "they're eating the pets" and then it's a remix?
Yes.
The internet is amazing for some things.
Good.
Yeah, I love it where they started doing the it's like the pets.
Yeah. Which that one is wild too. That was another question I had.
What's wild about it?
Well, just the statement is wild, but also I'm pretty sure, I haven't done a deep dive, I'm pretty sure that's actually happening.
I have looked into it a little bit, and by that I mean at least 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And yes, there were complaints that were made. One of the women who made one of those complaints has recanted her statement and said she was repeating like third-hand information at the time. There are massive cultural differences between Haiti and the United States. Is it possible that that's happening? Sure. Is it plausible? I really, really don't know. Yeah. And a lot of people are saying, how could they possibly have, well, they fact-checked him in real time. it was obviously it was incredibly biased. And I want to say to those people, do you not realize how predictable that man's behavior is?
Yeah.
I actually, before the debate started, I had seen an article, it was floating around Facebook. I actually wondered before the debate began if he was going to bring something up like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how predictable his behavior is.
Yeah, it's not surprising that he did bring that up because it's very shocking.
Well, and that's what people were saying. How would they know to fact check? I don't know. Pay attention to the person's behavior.
Yeah.
That's just kind of the way that he speaks and the things that he says.
I did see a body cam footage
Of a woman eating a cat.
She wasn't actually eating the cat. It was the aftermath of apparently she had eaten the cat.
She is not from Haiti. She was a resident of that city.
And that's what I thought because she didn't look Haitian.
She did look like she was on meth.
Yeah.
So,
And it does not surprise me that a person on meth would eat a cat.
I don't know what a person on meth would do.
I
the only
don't
thing I
either.
know people on meth that they like to do, and I get this purely from law enforcement, is they like to tinker with electronics and engines. No, seriously. That's one of the main indicators if you show up at a scene, you go in a house, there's like VCRs stacked from floor to ceiling. They just tinker with shit and take it apart.
Do they think they're building like a time machine or something? I feel like
I don't know.
They think they're building something revolutionary.
I don't know. That meth, though, man, that scares the shit out of me.
Yeah. As much as fentanyl.
Man, I mean, that's like, would you rather eat dog shit or cat shit? You know, they're eating the pets. I mean, I don't know. That's a horrible. Is there an option C? Like codeine, maybe, or something? I don't know.
Galaxy gas. Have you heard of Galaxy gas?
No.
I'm pretty sure they're selling it in gas stations.
What?
Hold on. Let me double check this. Galaxy gas.
All right. What is this gas?
Oh, this isn't what I want. Oh, the dangerous trend making its way into hip hop. Okay.
How about P. Diddy getting rolled up with 1,000 bottles of lube? That's not made up.
I know. It's so funny. That's so much.
Is that a swimming pool worth? I don't think it is.
I don't think so, but it's
Hot tub.
Yeah, maybe like half a hot tub worth.
Can you imagine getting in a hot tub full of lube? It'd be really hard to get out.
Slip and slide.
Maybe that's the perfect design for a prison. It'd be fucking impossible to climb out of that thing.
Yeah, and apparently, this is another apparently. Somebody told me he's in the same prison that Epstein was in.
I feel like that is way too convenient. Are you looking
Let's
that
see.
shit up?
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. They denied him bail twice. And I think they were willing to put up $50 million or something like that in a bond.
Damn.
Which I'm not sure how that works. I don't know if you actually put up $50 million or that's like a loan type situation.
Yeah, I don't know what. So I'm not seeing anything about that, but he is under suicide watch.
Mm.
So maybe he'll.
Do you think Epstein killed himself?
No.
How do you know that?
I don't know that, but I don't think that he did.
What about the Boeing whistleblower who killed himself by shooting himself in the back of the head?
That just happens sometimes.
If you were going to kill yourself, would you go back of the head?
I mean, I'm trying to figure out the logistics right now, and it seems like this would be way more difficult.
Yes, it would be more difficult and much more likely that you would survive.
Yeah.
But if you were at that point, I mean, like, why not fuck with the investigators on the way out?
Be like, watch this.
It's such a horrible thing to say, but that is literally how my mind works.
Well, seriously, it's like, and that's such a common like trope of like, oh yeah, he shot himself in the back of the head 3 times. Definitely suicide. Like,
yeah, I've heard ones where suicide by shotgun, but it was found on the other side of the room, even though it appears that they shot directly. I mean, and again, possible, perhaps, probable, unlikely.
yeah. I mean, I don't know how the shotgun would get over there.
Yeah. Yeah, Diddy's on suicide watch, huh?
Yeah.
I could kind of see that. I mean, you want to talk about a sweeping and crashing difference in somebody's life leading up to that point?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you're probably going away for a long time.
If what they say is true, that predatory nature, my only hope is that somebody would wear him like a condom while fucking somebody else.
What the fuck?
Because that's all he deserves.
I mean, yeah, he's
I
kind of
fucking
he's a piece of
hate
shit.
predators.
I know.
And I feel like being used as a human condom to fuck somebody else consensually, of course. Not the dude being used as the human condom, but I feel like that would be appropriate. I am who I am, Michael. I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for your honesty.
I'm not going to claim that my mind thinks along normal tracks as most people.
Nobody would claim that.
That is literally what I thought of the first when I heard of that. I'm like, okay, innocent until proven guilty. But if you're proven guilty, that's what I hope happens to you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like, he's still full body. Like, just, it's him still.
Yeah.
But you're using him.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which isn't possible, but.
No, not at all.
The other solution would be I hope that his asshole gets worn out to the point where Elon Musk is calling the prison to ask for advice on his tunneling operation. Like size, scope, and sale.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
They should hire you for punishment creativity.
I mean, there's just no love lost for me on people who predate on others like that.
Oh, no, I completely agree. I mean, he's a piece of shit. Like, he's a horrible person.
Again, if found guilty, I would be more than happy to be the person that they call. Give me 72 hours.
Yeah.
And I guarantee he'll die in the 71st hour and 58th minute, but it's all going to be uncomfortable.
Right. Uncomfortable, I think, is putting it mildly.
Yes. Yes. Given the first two examples I've given you of what I thought would be appropriate punishment.
Right.
I'm not advocating for this. I'm just sharing my thoughts.
Yeah. Trump somebody's tried to assassinate Trump again.
Yeah, I saw that.
So you were saying yesterday, and I don't know if you thought that there were no shots fired.
Correct. The Secret Service shot at the person.
Oh, okay.
He did not actually shoot.
He wasn't able to get shots off.
Apparently, he raised up, I believe it was an AK or an AK style.
That's what I heard.
Weapon.
AK.
But I do not believe he pulled the trigger.
And I also heard he was at 500 yards, which is a significantly more difficult shot with compared to the 100-yard shot. That the first guy had.
500 yards. I mean, that's a 7.62 by 39.
What are the ballistics on that at 500? Do you know?
It's lethal for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a heavy punch at 500 yards.
Yeah.
Not an easy shot, though.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly the guy's fucked between the ears.
Deranged.
Yeah. And I bet you not a marksman at all.
I don't think so.
I know he had posted some stuff about wanting to go over to Ukraine and fight, which, dude, if you want to do that, then go do that instead of posting about it.
Go for it, yeah.
Yeah, he was in body armor and like a shemagh around his neck.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
So, I mean.
There was also both of the. Now, I had just heard this around. Both of the shooters were in BlackRock commercials. Just probably a coincidence.
That young kid was in a BlackRock commercial? Wasn't he only 21?
Yeah.
Have you found any proof of that? Let's try to get to the bottom of this one with a little Google search.
Now, this is what I've been hearing. I'm not saying.
Where have you been hearing this?
The internet, Instagram.
Okay. We have a theme going on here. Your entire news ecosystem apparently is Instagram.
It pretty much is.
Are you aware that there are other places you could look for news?
Yes, but
like TikTok. Is it banned in Montana? Didn't that pass?
I completely forgot that was even a thing. I don't think so.
I have to report my daughter.
She a big TikTok user?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, find that. I mean, there's no fucking way that both of those people appeared in a BlackRock commercial. Have you ever seen a BlackRock commercial? Because I haven't.
No. Fact or fiction? Both attempted assassins in BlackRock ads. So this is going around.
Pull this up, and so I can see this too. And make sure the viewers can see it as well.
Oh, I hate when it does this. Okay. Here.
Fact or fiction? Yeah, I'm going to say fiction.
I would say fiction, and if it is not fiction, probably coincidence.
Okay, slide it down. These both men accused of trying to assassinate former President Donald Trump appeared in a commercial for the BlackRock investment company. The Post says this is proof of some sort of conspiracy, but it's not based in fact.
Yeah.
It is true that July's shooter Thomas Crooks did appear in a BlackRock ad in 2022. But as explained by the website Snopes, Sunday's accused shooter Ryan Routh did not. Okay.
All right. The one for Ruth
the video that claims to show Ruth in the BlackRock ad is actually a video made in Ukraine to thank people who had supported the city of Mariupol in the early days of the war. Okay.
Okay.
Weird.
Myth busted.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Indeed. Imagine if you had just done that, and then you would have had to ask the question.
But it brought up an interesting topic.
Yeah. Has there ever been 2 attempts on a president or former? I don't think there has been.
I feel like, was Reagan just one?
Yes.
See how fast I type?
Yes.
Gerald Ford.
2? Had 2?
Yeah.
Really? What were they?
Let's see. List of Gerald Ford experienced. Here, let me just bring it up.
Why does it do that? Why does it snap
I don't
to the
know.
side?
It's very annoying, though. This is, I think, the pertinent.
Where are we at, man? Both successful and accepted more, but decided to change the policy of the American government. Okay. Gerald Ford experienced 2 attempted assassinations with a woman as the assailant.
That is also interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Let me see. Questionable mental stability. If you were judged legally insane. Historian James W. Clark suggests that most assassination attempts have been sane and politically motivated, whereas the Department of Justice legal manual claims that a large majority have been insane. Okay, well, people smarter than me can argue that.
Yeah.
Some assassins, especially mentally ill ones, acted solely on their own. Okay. Let me see here. Yeah. Okay, so Gerald Ford survived 2, and both were with women. That's really interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
I would never suspect
men are much more likely to engage in that type of violence.
Yes. And then how about the tweet from Trump later on that said he's getting these assassination attempts because of the rhetoric from the left? Did you see that?
You don't follow me on Instagram, do you?
Well, I do, but
because I made an entire video about it.
Oh, really?
From the dining room table with the self-portrait of Tyler behind me.
Oh, I saw the beginning of that.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning into the
You're
content.
welcome. Yeah.
Fucking piece of shit. No, it's the same thing. You're in a pool. It's exactly what I said. You're in a pool, and somebody walks up to the edge of it and whips their dick out and starts pissing in the pool, and you complain about that, but under the water in your shorts, you're pissing through your shorts.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's just as guilty of spreading.
There is nobody in the current political environment that is not guilty of just throwing shit around that could be taken far too far. Mm-hmm. I don't know why we tolerate it.
It's disappointing for sure.
That's a generous term for it.
Yep. Yeah. I tried to watch the debate, and I was just like, not that I couldn't do it. I definitely could have kept it on. As
soon as she needled him with the crowd size comment and that they were leaving early, I could, because it was split screen in that moment, I could tell, like, it's over. Yeah. You're fucked. Yeah. He cannot tolerate a needling to his ego.
Yeah. The other thing that was very annoying for me is the moderators would ask a pertinent question that I was genuinely interested in the answer to.
Yeah, and they wouldn't answer.
And neither of them would give a concise answer, and it would go off the rails in the first 10 seconds.
You did not listen to the Friday episode I did 2 weeks ago talking exactly about this.
Nope.
I have ways that I would change it. First one is, if you don't answer the question directly, you lose time.
I like that.
Because they are there to present themselves to the American public. So you get 2 minutes. If you are asked a question about immigration and you spend the entire time, you're the worst ever, this, that, or the other, you lose 2 minutes at the end. To include, to and including losing your closing statement.
That would be great.
And I think that would change things for sure. I think the fact checkers should be in the room. You should be able to observe what the fact checkers are doing. And I think that the moderators should not come from any traditional media sources. I mean,
that's a good idea.
I don't think you're going to find somebody who's necessarily going to be biased, but you could find scholars, you could find professors. There's ways that you could do it that would, at least it wouldn't be coming directly tied from a network.
Yeah.
So,
I like that. They should hire you on I
would host that debate.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I mean, I would just I would just be hitting the red button time. How amazing would it be that if they had to ask or answer the question that was asked? That would be amazing.
Would be yeah, because like I said, like there were questions I genuinely wanted answers to.
Did you leave the debate knowing anything more about either the candidates or the policies? And that's what I said on that video too. Nobody won that debate, but all of the American public lost.
Yeah. The whole point of the debate is to help you decide who you're going to vote for. And
in my opinion, yeah.
Yeah, and what they did in the debate was try and denigrate the other candidate, which didn't help me decide who I was going to vote for. It just was basically a bunch of one-liners for them to get off.
And if that's the way it's going to be, why do we bother doing those? Because if you're team blue or red, you're not switching. Let's use that debate as a singular example. Nobody jumped from red to blue or blue to red.
No.
And I think
it just further entrenched the people who are in their camps.
And I think people in the middle who are undecided, I don't know if it really helped.
No, I don't know who I might write somebody's name in.
Whose name would you write? Like Javelin or somebody like that?
Daffy Duck, maybe.
Yeah. No, it's kind of disheartening, man.
Yeah.
What do you got? We got time for one more because then we got to take you over to the house to eat dinner.
Hell yeah. Elk stew, right?
Indeed.
I have a lot, and I want to pick the right one.
Okay. Go out with a bang, if you will.
Yeah. So how about, did you watch the What is a Woman documentary?
Yes.
Have you seen the new Am I Racist?
I have seen that it exists. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I have not seen What is a Woman. I've seen all the clips, like the top clips or whatever. I'm probably going to go see Am I Racist tomorrow.
Okay. Is it in the theaters?
Yeah, it's in theaters, which I don't think What is a Woman was in theaters.
I believe it was, no, it was not. It was released on whatever network Shapiro is on.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And I am not I don't really love the Daily Wire. I don't really listen to it.
That's what it was, the Daily Wire.
Yeah. But I found it very interesting that one question completely shut people down and they could not answer what is a woman.
Most people can answer that question very easily. The people who struggle with it are the ones who are, in my opinion, which all this counts for, trying to hijack the term. It's very straightforward.
Yes.
And it has been straightforward since the history of humanity.
Yeah. And now, all of a sudden, it's very murky.
To some.
To some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to the vast majority of people. And again, I think you have to be careful with what you pay attention to online because, Matt Walsh travels all over the place, I think, based off of what I see on the internet. And he will consistently ask people those questions.
Yeah.
They don't put up the clips of people who have a really concise answer.
Well, yeah.
They put up the ones where the people who are struggling, which again helps them make their point of, it appears that individuals and groups of people and entities are trying to hijack that term for their own gain, which I personally, if we cannot define what a man and a woman is, which I do believe it's actually very easy to do so, biological man and a biological female, it's at least how I feel.
Yeah.
I do believe people when they say that they feel trapped in the wrong body. I'm not saying that I don't think that what they're saying is not what they believe, but that does not change truth. It doesn't change biology as much as they want it to. I'm a fan of a man, if he wants to, living his life as a woman. I am not a fan of being asked to participate in their belief system. And that is not a man-woman thing. That's a religious ecosystem. Whatever your belief is, fucking awesome. Live that way, but don't force it on me. I have a problem with that, kind of regardless of what your beliefs are.
Yeah.
But if we lose the ability to have objective truth, I don't think that leads anywhere good.
No, and this goes. I think we talked about this in one of the episodes. But if you erode one of the core objective truths for all of that's been true for all of humanity, and then you give the power to assign that truth to, say, a government. Well, then it's like...
Never give more power to the government.
No.
You're never getting it back.
Yeah. Then they can just decide what's true and what's not true.
Yeah. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Yeah. I think... And I don't...
Why do you want to go see that film? Why Are You Racist? Not that I have... I would watch it. I'm not going to go to the theater to watch it just because I'm busy in the current time period, but I would watch it if it was on a streaming device.
Why do I want to go see it?
Yeah, I'm just curious.
First,
about it. Are you trying to figure out whether or not you're racist?
Not particularly. I've heard it's funny.
Okay.
So and I am a fan of comedy. Humor? Yeah, humor, comedy, whatnot. And I will admit, I do like seeing very far left people struggle with their own machinations.
What does that word mean?
Things that they have created in their mind.
That's what a machination is?
Yeah.
Look that shit up.
A plot or scheme.
I enjoy seeing that too.
Yeah.
And again, believe whatever you want to believe, but if you're asked why you believe it and to define it and describe it, you can't.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And for clarity, I enjoy people on the far right struggling with that as well, because I just enjoy people.
I like to watch idiots pretend that they're smart.
Exactly. Yeah. And that happens both in the left and the right.
Yeah. Life is so much easier, and I realized this early on. Just be open about being an idiot.
Yeah.
It's a powerful thing to say, I don't know.
Me and you have it figured out.
Yeah. God, I am so dumb. And I'm okay with it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
I try to set the bar low and then just slide right under it.
I set the bar low. I don't even have to slide under it. I can just walk under it.
Perfect. You could set it even lower then. You should at least have to like limbo underneath that thing.
Yeah.
All right. What number is this? I'll have to. I mean, I can find it on YouTube.
Say
but,
8.
All right. What should we use as our social image? The YouTube thumbnail. Like Michael in Italy, espresso, pinky out,
eating a cat.
They're eating the pets. I can't help it. Fuck
the
the
leaning tower in the background.
Oh man.
Oh, want to know one more thing? Something interesting that I just thought was interesting in Italy was the town of Pisa was really kind of not that great. And the only nice thing there was the tower and the cathedral.
Okay.
I just thought that was interesting, you know?
What is interesting about that? You just thought there would be more?
Yeah, I thought it would be like spruced up and all this stuff because Rome and Florence were kind of like very grandeur.
Yeah.
And then Pisa is just kind of run down besides the...
I think they should take the weights off the side of that building and see what happens.
Just take it for a ride.
I mean, it would be slow and over time, but
yeah.
I mean, because it's not going to fall anymore because they have counterbalanced it.
Right.
But, I mean, maybe sometimes it's best just to let things play out.
Yeah.
Play the course.
As they were meant to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You ready for some elk?
Yeah, I am so ready.
Any closing thoughts for hopefully the parents and grandparents that are going to be looking through their genetic trees to send you pictures and point people your way? Give them the Michael pitch.
I was being facetious at the beginning of the episode. Obviously, I have no problem with people doing that. If you want to do that, go for it.
Sell yourself. What do you have to offer?
I would say I am a good person, like a genuinely good person.
Jury's out, but continue.
Yeah, well, I would say I'm a genuinely good person, and genuinely am looking for a serious partner.
Good person.
Yeah, another genuinely good person.
As much as I give you shit, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
You have a very good heart, and you are a good person. And it's interesting, I don't know if you found this in doing jiu-jitsu, you get an idea of people's character.
Yeah.
When you roll with them, you can tell. I mean, it's funny. Do people take advantage of things in the moments that they think they can on people that they know they can, and then do they act like a bitch when they're around other people?
Yeah.
And it's telling, and you can see through their personalities. But I would agree with what you said. It sucks at your age where we live that you have a limited ability to search for that person. But I mean, you know,
it is what it is, and that's I have come to terms with it and just been like, you know what, it might take some time, and I'm fine with being alone during that period. So,
all right, you won't be alone this next week because you'll have Javelin.
I know, I'm excited.
Remember the rules. He gets to sleep in bed with you, and you have to let him lick your face.
I will let him sleep in bed with me.
Why are you and Leah anti-dog licking your face? Leah she'll let him lick the cheek, but like not.
Because you have to think, where else has he put his tongue?
On his cock and balls.
Yes, and probably on shit also.
If you could lick your own dick, would you?
You're saying as if I haven't tried.
I mean, let's add this to the pitch to the young ladies out there for the families. I mean, why do we judge dogs for being able to lick their dick? I feel like most dudes, if they could, probably would.
They probably would, honestly. Yeah.
They say that dogs' mouths are cleaner than human mouths, and I've never researched that, but I like that saying because it lets me kiss the dog. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to continue to believe it and continue to let Javi kiss your face, then I say
do
go
let him
for
kiss
it.
my face.
Yeah.
Sometimes he will jam his nose and like create a seal almost on my ear hole, and he gets in there, it's just like, and then he has an anteater's tongue and jabs it in your ear hole. It's very spicy.
It's very spicy indeed. I
Yeah.
probably won't allow him to do that, but I will allow him to sleep in the bed.
Yeah. He'll snuggle right up there next to you.
Perfect.
And then probably bark at you in the morning because he barks at you for whatever. I can't tell why.
It's crazy because literally
It's breed specific though.
5-minute time span of where I'm petting him and he's cuddling up to me. I'll walk away and come back and he goes crazy.
I think that's a dachshund specific thing. Julia has one named Chachi, and if you leave the room and come back, he'll bark at you.
Yeah.
So don't take it personal. All right, let's get some milk.
All right.